Good morning and sliding into afternoon. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas. And we are going to be doing a stack and shuffle card. That's a great and easy way to make quick cards, right? So we're going to show you how to do that today. And I'm going to also show you some cards I've already made with Reindeer Fun as well as from the retreat. So if you aren't signed up for my newsletter, sign up for it because soon we're fixing to do 6 weeks of Christmas cards where you get the PDF tutorials to go with it. All right? And that's all just going to be in my newsletter, so that's where it'll be if you need it. Let's go down the hands and let's do this, right? It's a beautiful day here, cooler weather, and the world can get on besides dealing with upcoming politics and stuff like that, right? So this is the bundle that we're using, just a cute, fun bundle with some cute, fun paper. Here is the stack and shuffle that we're going to be making, and you'll see how it's going to look different just because we shuffle things. And these are out again, so if you do order of $50 or more, I'll send you a package, because I have a few of these. I'll send you a package of these peppermint embellishments, all right? This has to be $50. $35 I'll send you the kit free, but $50 I'll send you some embellishments to go with it. Now, before I show you how we did this, let me show you some other quick and simple cards I've made. This one is very quick and simple. This is just using 4 by 5 1/4, and I took ½ inch off on size to just take some DSP, put here, and put a Merry Christmas. Very quick way to make you some cards. If you don't know what colors to use, just go back with the DSP, and it gives you suggested colors. Here is some more using this fun suite, right? We'll use the paper. This is from the retreat. This is using the fun paper also from the retreat. And this is using the paper as well from the retreat, right? This peppermint looking thread is actually from the suite as well. But you can get that, and that one definitely is in stock now. So let's see how we're going to do this. Let me first show you how we do a stack and shuffle, okay? Now the main thing is, like with this, there's a lot of directional paper, right? If you deal with fabric, right, so the reindeers are going one way. This is not directional. This is not directional, but the presents pretty much are, okay? So I'm doing this landscape, right? We're doing it landscape. We want to use that term. So we need to make sure the directions are going the right way that we're going to use our paper. The easiest way to do this is take all 4 sheets of your papers and put them together. And we're just going to come straight down the middle, 2 inches. On the 4-inch side, you're just going to cut it in half and come down 2 inches. All right. And then when we come over sideways here, we're going to cut this down to go at 2 1/2. So we're going to be consistent with it, right? And let's see, I set this right here. I set it up here. And then we're going to do this one at 2 1/2. Okay? So if you've never done stack and shuffle, it's really very easy. And we're going to do the shuffle for you right now. Now I will tell you that I have done stack and shuffle sometimes where maybe I didn't quite like the way it was growing, the way the colors were, but I just shuffle things around, right? Okay, so here's our paper cut in half down the center at 2 inches. And I'll write that down for you. Let me find something that's, I don't think you want to see my husband's company's Post-it notes that I've used. I confiscated out of his office to use. Okay, so this is a 4 by 5 1/4, and we cut at 2 inches on 4-inch side, and then we're cutting at 2 1/2 inches on 5 1/4 side. Okay, so you can do that with any paper. If you just want to do it with cardstock, you could, right? I mean, if I wanted to emboss some cardstock to do this, I would. So here we go. We have our 4 stacks. So what stack and shuffle is we'll leave this one the same, and we're just going to shuffle. We're going to shuffle the top one here down, 1. This one we're going to shuffle it down 2. And this one you shuffle it down by 3. I could have put them on them, but it's easier to just keep it consistent. All right, so those would be the 4 pieces that you put on your first card. All right, so and you just make your 4 cards. So you got, when you do a stack and shuffle, you're going to get 4 cards automatically out of this. Okay, So I'm going to set this aside so I can make some cards out of this later. And if you don't know, if you get mixed up, just take it all back to the, put them back at their 4 by 5 1/4 size, and do it again, right? So just to show you, I went ahead and put these. I went ahead and put mine on 4 by 5 1/4 basic white because it's gonna be covered up. So I'll show you. So here's the actual card I already made, but then here are the cards I'm gonna make, right? So if you look at this here, this is basically how it would look. So if you do your cards and you start off here, then on the second card it would go here, right? On the third card it shuffles down. Then here comes the fourth card, right? So that you get 4 total cards out of this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to make all these right now. I'm just going to make one. Just to show you how easy it is. We're just going to make one. In this particular case, I'm just going to take this. So I've already put my 4 squares together on my 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. That's totally up to you if you want to do that or not. I just did it so that I could sit there and have everything in perspective, ready to go. And that I had choices right between, see which kind of paper I want to put behind it. So I'm going to go with Pool Party. Pool Party, if you look on the back of the DSP package, it's one of the suggested colors. I played around with red and green, and this setup I didn't particularly like it that way. I wanted a little bit more. So I just went with Pool Party. It was the best choice I could think of at the time. Alright, so I'm just going to put this right here. Now, I've got scraps of this glitter paper, and the glitter paper comes in, let me just dump all this stuff out. There we go. Alright. The glitter paper comes in 3 colors. Okay? So we can do anything we want. We're going to make this tag here, so if you don't know what you want to do, just place it on top to see how your color combo is going to go, right? A lot of us are visual learners and like to do things visually, and I'm looking for my piece of white cardstock. Okay, I'm not seeing it, not the small piece anyway. But let's just shuffle this around and see what you like the best, right? So here we go. Here's a lighter green. Red's going to be on top. It's going to be lifted up. We already have an example of red. Now let's look at an example of a dark green. So it's all these are the only colors the glitter paper came in. Alright. I mean, I really could go with any of them. I already did red. Let's either go with the lighter green. Alright, let's go with the darker then. I'm not sure I want to do lighter green right now, but I can do it later. Alright. I'm just going to adhere this with glue. And I need to cut this down to 5 1/4. So let's get this cut down to 5 1/4. If I'd already put it down when I had the white down, I could have done that. But now that I've already put this all down, I'm going to have to cut this down to 5 1/4, which you can't see. I might have to work on bringing the camera up a little bit. So we sort of move it down so you can hopefully see the details better. And I'm looking around for that white piece that I had that's going to go right here where the reindeer is going to go. I'm not seeing it offhand, so I'm trying to look around as I'm talking to you, showing you how I'm going to improvise if I need to improvise. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and try this with the green so you can see just what it looks like just to change up the colors. Now making the reindeer and putting the reindeer together is very easy because everything lines up perfectly on the head. And we're actually going to color some bling with real red to sit up there and have a Rudolph. Alright. Just some fun Christmas cards, right? So for the next few weeks, we're going to sit there and I'm going to put out there in my newsletter different cards. It's going to be a variety because it's just so many different, right? Christmas ideas and things. So we'll put it there and we'll make the cards and show you a picture of it, and then we'll sit there and give you the tutorial. So some of them will come from the retreat, so they're exclusive because they went to people with the retreat, and then some will be from the live, and some will be none of the above, right? So it'll be a mixture. And again, all I'm doing is taking, all you gotta do is come up here to the top, line up the head, and the rest will follow, right? There you go. As for the nose, now actually we have two sizes of blings. I don't know, that one I used the smaller one. I'm not sure if this one's going to look too big. Let's see what we think. So if I use the bigger bling, that's how big of a nose Rudolph would have, which I think that is a very big nose. See what it looks like colored. So you can take this and color the bling. Now if it's not red enough for you, you want it darker, then just give it a moment to dry and color it again. So that's how big that Rudolph nose would look compared to this one. Right, it's also a preference, so if you want to see the difference, I always like trying different things, right? So here's how the two different ones look just by changing the size of the bling. I like this one because it covers a little bit more, but I like them both really, right? Okay, so we're going to put this on here with dimensionals. And I'm still looking through all my stuff to see where I'm going to grab some white. I see something already. Okay, I wrote it back here, and it's going to be covered up. This is a 2 by 2 3/4, this red piece here. And it doesn't matter if I put this up or not, because it's still going to be covered, right? And that's why I was looking for the other one, because I wrote the measurements. Okay, so I already know it's going to be 1/4 inch less than this, right? So if you ever want to know, that's, oh, here it is, it's stuck to this. Yay! So see, I had 1 3/4 inch right here. So I wasn't worried because I'm just going to flip it over right like this. But first we're going to stamp on it. So there's your measurement for that piece there. You know, some things just get a little static and stick to stuff that's plastic. Sort of what I got going today. And I'm just going to put it right here in the center. So you can do, like I said, you can do this with any paper, right? Any DSP paper. It's just an easy way to use it. I think the other thing that would be cute is if I had just embossed cardstock and made it part of the stack and shuffle. I think that would be really, really cool too, right? It'll just give it a nice different look. Hello, Bertner. Did you get signed up for on stage? Okay, so I'm gonna stamp Merry Christmas, but so Merry Christmas comes right on one stamp. Some stamps, you have to build your words. This one does not. So my white is not going to be long enough for that. Let me stick this guy right here too. Okay. And what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to ink up Christmas. And I actually centered the word Christmas. All right, and then I'm looking because I had my, all right, so I had my cleaner downstairs and I do not have it with me right now. So that's always special. Because I don't really want to get that, you know what, I can tape off too. All right. Masking tape, right? So I can do that as well. Let me do that as well. So that I don't accidentally get any little bit of red up here. I'm really not interested. Today is not the day I'm really interested in any opportunities for creativity. You can't see it yet, but I'll post a picture later. I've got to do cleanup, right? Between going to the retreat, having the retreat, going and doing Coker Fest, and coming back home, it's time for Operation Cleanup. So I'm just going to put this on here. I just adhered it down. You know, I got some good fun sentiments to go on the inside as well. Okay, and see, I've got my white in here ready to go, so I can do that in a minute. Now we're just going to go ahead. Now what I did with this, I didn't do anything fancy. I just took a dimensional. I could have glued this down or something else. I didn't. No, it's not necessary. All I did was I came behind here. I just made sure my deer was positioned the way I wanted it. And then I just put my dimensional at the top. And I put a dimensional right here. It goes across both of these. And that way I hold them both in place. Just like this. Now there is a little red bow that you can die cut out, and I was going to hang across the words, but I might still go do it and just cut it and shorten it. Just like you see in the picture here, you can die cut a red bow and put it right here. So I might do that. I might just trim it down so it won't hang on my words Christmas, but still put it on there. And I just simply took some dimensionals, or not dimensionals, embellishments here. These are really, really cute. You can tell because they keep on coming back in stock and then back on back order, and it doesn't, takes nothing. It's like the day they seem to come in is the day they go on back order. All right, so there we go. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. So you can see we've used the same paper, right? We just shuffled it. The only thing we changed is I enlarged the nose a little bit, and I just took some leftover glitter paper cardstock that I had, and I just took a 1/4 of an inch, added it to this one, I added red to this one. But otherwise, they're exactly the same, and I didn't have to do that, right? But I'm going to go ahead and put a sentiment on the inside, and the sentiment I'm going to use, because it's got such fun sentiments, I'm going to do, so we have two. Christmas is better together, which I think is real fun, and then may all of your days be full of cheer. So I'm going to actually do that one, because this just, that's what this makes me think of, is just having fun during the holidays, right? With my kiddos and my grandkids. They're coming for Thanksgivings, but we'll do some activities while they're here, right? We got to go get the live Christmas tree. We'll get one for us, and then we'll get one for the grandkids. So the grandkids get to pick out their own Christmas tree from the live trees, and they get to decorate it themselves. So we usually do that. Go get the tree usually on either the Wednesday, the night before Thanksgiving, so the limbs can fall and everything else. So you can sit around, then turn around, put it up on the stand, and we can decorate it on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. So that's when we usually do it, because Thanksgiving is usually, we celebrate Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll play some games or something. And then we'll get into Christmas. So we actually start decorating for Christmas usually the day after Thanksgiving. What about you? It's always a big thing. When do people do theirs? All right, see how fun that looking that is? You can put whatever you want to in here. There's actually had a, let's see if I can show it to you. You can. So I actually have some leftover, it's a stream of birds. I can put down here, or I can put any of this paper down here because I have some leftover. Or we could just as easily, right? So that looks really nice, except what color did I use out there? I use for, you know what? It just feel like my throat's super dry. I'm going to go ahead and use this because I can, right? There's no rule that says you can't do this or that. It is your card, your creation, you're creating to give to somebody. So if you want to use different color paper, you can. You do anything you want. And you can even drop it on the desktop just like I did. But then you have to clean it up, right? So, drop that so I'm the one that gets to clean that up. And I'll do that after the live. I'm sure I have some glass cleaner. Alcohol wipes works really well too. I would have taken my hand or done that, but I don't want to just get my hands all sticky, right? All right, so here we go. Here's what we created. Here's what we have here. All right, so we did this with a stack and shuffle, so we still have two more that we can make. So I won't do them on the live because I already showed you how to make it and how to cut it. But I see I will have a total of 4 cards. So that was just from one stack and shuffle. And you can take your scraps. It didn't even have to be the glitter paper, right? You could use some scrap cardstock that you have. But we did use the peppermints that you'll get free if you do order $50 or more between now and the 15th. Use this stamp set, and then we just used these here. These are the Druzy adhesive backed embellishments. It comes in gold too, and we just took and colored this with the red blender pen. So I hope you enjoyed that, right? Because it's all about creating, sharing, and giving. Let's see if I can get back up here, right? It's all about creating, sharing, and giving. And, you know, we're one day closer to Christmas and getting those Christmas cards out. I don't know about you, but we try to get ours out shortly after Thanksgiving. It doesn't always work that way because we usually put together a family newsletter too. So we'll just see how it goes this year. But with that, go out there, create, share, and give. It's very simple. I showed you at the beginning how you can make a simple card. You don't even have to do the stack and shuffle, right? We did this one here with just cardstock and some DSP and put it, and that was it, right? And put a sentiment on there, Merry Christmas. So it can be that simple. You can do the stack and shuffle, or you can do layered cards, but there's no reason why you can't go out there, create, and share, and give. So do that. Thank you for supporting us not only here on Facebook, but for also supporting us on YouTube and Instagram. Look forward to seeing you next week with Keep It Simple or Step It Up, and we'll do another Reindeer Fun. But be sure to sign up for the newsletter because we will have other cards and PDF tutorials coming out very soon on a weekly basis just for you. All right, be blessed. Look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.